Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Today, I am doing a tarot reading video for someone who will feel drawn to this video and will find some kind of resonance with some of the messages. I am really not sure what's going to come through, so I'm going to leave it open-ended and see what comes out in the cards. Now, if you would like me to channel specifically for you and your situation, be sure to like this video and also double check that you are subscribed, because by subscribing to this channel, well, a card just flew out already. By subscribing, this does allow me to channel more easily for you and your situation, because everything is connected. And whenever you virtually send energy here to this space, to this channel, that does allow me to sense that energy more easily. So let's see what card came out first from the Starseed Oracle deck. I'm feeling some kind of heaviness on my throat, so I feel like there could be something about communication between two people coming up here. The first card to come out is Messenger. So maybe you are the one doing the communicating, not in the traditional sense, but in the sense that you are communicating more of your authentic self with the world. I'm really getting a very strong divine feminine energy from this card. I just keep hearing you are the messenger. So what is this divine feminine, the messenger, for? Well, the card itself kind of answers that question. It says, bringing harmony and balance. I heard bringing harmony and balance to planet Earth. The cards humor and empathy came out here. With the card empathy, it says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. I feel I could be speaking to a divine feminine who's tapping in more with her lighter side, with her more playful side. And I'm hearing that if this is you, this could be a sign of actually your spiritual growth. I'm hearing someone say, I feel like I'm laughing again, or smiling again, or getting my sense of humor back again. But know that if this is you, this is actually a powerful sign, because it means that you are reconnecting more with your true authentic self. I'm also getting a little bit of head pressure, specifically in my temples, from this divine feminine. So if you are experiencing this, I do feel this has to do with something shifting in your third eye chakra at this time, opening you up to, I'm hearing, greater creativity, greater insights, so that you are able to communicate more of those gifts, more of that insight with the world, however that might look for you. But of course, with the Patience card coming out here in the upright position, I feel this card speaking to the fact that you are really being called to surrender to this beautiful divine unfolding of yourself, your life, your gifts. I feel specifically for some of you divine feminines listening, there may be something very specific that you are trying to bring into being. I'm hearing burnout. So some of you may have felt a little bit burnt out, or felt a lot of highs and lows around this vision, or just around your life generally recently. And if this is you, I did also release a video earlier today on 3 things to remember when you're experiencing spiritual awakening burnouts. So I'm hearing that that video may also be potentially helpful for you as well. But know that everything has cycles and seasons, and you, especially when you are really in your feminine energy, are getting back to that natural state of being as the fully empowered divine feminine. And the thing about feminine energy is it's very cyclic. And because of this, it often doesn't fit into some of the patriarchal understandings of work ethic, even of the work week, because masculine energy tends to be more structured and just timed in a different way, whereas feminine energy tends to be all about going with the flow, moving with the cycles. And I feel that you, Divine Feminine, are really being guided to move with these cycles of your life. I'm hearing that some of you have been through a lot of change recently, and I'm hearing for some reason emotional whiplash. So it may feel as though you've gone through a lot of different or cycled through a lot of different emotions that have felt very intense. And I hear a Divine Feminine saying it's almost like they're cursing their own ability to feel everything so strongly, so intensely, because I hear them saying, again, it's like I feel like I have emotional whiplash. I feel like I can't keep my head straight with all of these different emotional experiences moving through me. But going back to that empathy card, the reason you feel things so intensely, Divine Feminine, is because you are supposed to, because this is one of your beautiful spiritual gifts, your ability to sense energy and to interpret it through many different avenues, but one of those being through your emotions. I'm hearing embrace the gifts of who you are, even if it's not who your ego wanted you to be or what other people around you may have wanted you to be. Now, the contract card in the upright position came out here. This is really interesting because the woman holding this card is holding a set of scales, and the door to value also came up here in the upright position. I'm also seeing something about someone being in their 30s or something along those lines. But I'm hearing, first of all, this card has an open door on it, and I'm hearing doors are opening for you through the portal of you fully reconnecting with your own worth and value. And I'm seeing almost like, okay, so this is a really strange metaphor, but it's like you had this priceless diamonds in your basement and you never knew its value. So you hid it away and you never went to sell it or use it for anything. You just kind of kept it buried. And I feel that Spirit is showing me that for you, Divine Feminine, because that diamond represents your inner value and worth that other people couldn't see because you may have kept it buried, not realizing its value. But just because other people couldn't see it or because you were burying it didn't make it any less valuable. And the more you realize and unearth your true value, your true worth that's always been there, just like that diamond in the basement, it was always there. It's just that it wasn't seeing the light of day because the owner didn't realize how much it was worth. The more you, Divine Feminine, realize how valuable your gifts are, how much you are worth, the more these doors open for you. And the more that things begin to align for you in the physical world as well. And from this contract card, I'm getting that this speaks to what we could think of as a karmic cycle or pattern within yourself coming into balance. But I have to say that for many of you, I'm sensing this is very generational. I feel this could be a pattern that was passed down specifically through your maternal line from generation to generation, a value or a pattern of not fully seeing one's own worth and value or the value of their true gifts to share with the world. But you are breaking that pattern and balancing that. I'm hearing for some of you, this is family karma. I'm also hearing this won't be for everyone, but for some of you, there may have been some parental conflicts around your worth and value or the realization of your worth and value in a way that perhaps one or both of your parents couldn't see in the same way. And know that the reason, again, this will only be for a few people, but if this is for you, the reason they couldn't see your worth and value wasn't because they were trying not to see it, but because they were quite literally blind to their own value and worth, and therefore to yours as well. But again, you are breaking this pattern and cycle by fully reconnecting with yourself. But I do feel that this has taken a lot of courage for you, Divine Feminine, because you are forging a new path. Now, I'm feeling really guided to read just a little bit from the contract card coming out here in the upright position. partnership, legal commitments. This card shows a contract in the background ready to be signed, indicating a committed connection of some sort. This union may be a business deal, the sale of a home, a new job, or even a commitment in marriage, more than a casual agreement. So I feel that for some of you, you may actually be involved in some kind of a legal contract or agreements at this time, or you may be in the process of making a major shift or change that has required some kind of commitment, whether it's a literal commitment such as signing a contract for a new house, a new job, a new business, or whether it's a commitment that is more spiritual in nature, requiring of you a commitment fully to yourself. Regardless, I see that whatever this thing is, even though you may have had your fears or your doubts or your uncertainties about it, continue to follow your vision, to follow that intuitive pull, pulling you from the heart rather than listening to your fears, because I see that in this commitments, whatever the case may be for you. For some, it may be switching commitments. It may be being in the process of a divorce or selling a home and buying a new home, whatever the case is for you, leaving a job even. Trust the knowing of your soul on this, because I see that through whatever this is, again, even if it's the commitment to yourself, fully to your vision, I see this really being parts of you realizing your worth and value, and part of what is really bringing up a lot of new opportunities for you. I'm hearing this commitment, again, even if it's just that commitment to yourself, is opening doors. Now, this is interesting. The storm warning card is coming up in the upright position. So what storms are happening for this divine feminine? Storms happening through expansion with the World card in the upright position. I'm hearing conflicts, especially inner conflict or potentially judgment from others or from society, coming up as you continue this beautiful process of soul expansion. But I do feel that dominantly for you, this soul expansion is happening through your heart chakra. It's about expanding and opening your heart. I do have to say that I'm feeling for some of you, you may be on some kind of a conscious twin flame path as well. And in this case, I feel that your twin flame path is expanding your hearts with walking away reversed, teaching you how to rise towards your highest good at all costs, to choose what truly serves you, to fully, again, commit to yourself above everyone and everything. And through this process, again, you are expanding your heart. You are unlearning patterns of conditional love by first unlearning them within yourself, by learning how to fully love, embrace, and accept yourself, to show up for yourself in a completely unconditional way. And I'm hearing this is the only way you can truly open yourself to loving others, to being that example for others. And with man holding a heart upright, okay, so now we have a masculine in the equation too. I could sense this coming in. But I see that through this process, because this is in the upright and the man here is holding his heart, almost like offering his heart. I see that through this process of heart expansion, even though I do see this causing inner conflict for you at times, divine feminine, or bringing up doubts or uncertainties, I see that there is a masculine here who is simultaneously expanding and opening at the same time. I see a flower that is like blossoming, and I feel this speaks to this masculine's blossoming spiritual awakening process happening in connection with yours. And I feel that this is someone that you've been connecting with either consciously or unconsciously. And for many of you, this will be a divine masculine twin flame counterpart. For some of you, I'm hearing that some of these storms, these inner conflicts have come up because of doubts regarding this specific masculine, whether you're making the right choices around this connection or in regards to this masculine energy. And once again, you are being guided to remember you can always trust where your heart is pulling you, where your soul is guiding you, even if it doesn't always fully make sense to others or in the physical world, because the knowing of your soul is so much greater and more profound than the limited ideas of your ego mind. Trust that inner knowing. And again, I do see this masculine in the process of opening his heart, but I see that also with anxiety reversed. You are really being called, Divine Feminine, to release the fears that have prevented you from fully shifting into a state of surrender, whether it's surrendering to a connection, to an idea, to something you're creating in your life, because so much is shifting for you. Right, I'm hearing immediately now at this time. And again, especially there's a lot of throat chakra activity opening you up to sharing more of your gifts, more of your voice, more of your authentic self with the world. And I'm seeing like this exchange where it's almost like through sharing more of that authentic self, you are getting back in return the manifestation of all of those dreams and blessings of abundance, those material things that you may have been trying to manifest for a long time. The manifestation of those things is very connected to you renewing that commitment to fully share yourself and your voice with the world in whatever way that means for you. With the action card in the midway position, once again, I'm hearing that some divine feminines at times, you may feel unsure of how to take action, how to move forward. And part of this may be coming from feelings of tiredness or burnouts, either emotionally or even physically in your physical body. So if you are experiencing this, know that this could be your soul calling you to rest, calling you to a deeper level of commitment to self-care practices, really showing up for yourself on a daily basis, providing yourself with what your body needs, with what your mind needs, feeding the body, mind, and soul in the ways that you deserve. And this is part of you strengthening that connection to self, that in turn is breaking down those walls and barriers to unconditional love that have kept you from fully loving yourself. That is then, of course, radically raising your frequency and vibration and pulling in your manifestations and desires. So if all of this is connecting with you, because we have been talking about shifting into that state of surrender and establishing those self-care, self-love practices, and one of the very best ways you can begin showing more of this self-love to yourself is through carving out some time every morning to simply listen to yourself, to tune back into your own heart and soul. And meditation is a perfect way to tune back into yourself, because essentially it's the process of clearing out all of those external voices that at times do try to pull us away from who we truly are and that intuitive guidance within us. So to assist you with this self-reconnection process as a divine feminine, I've created a subliminal called the Awakened Divine Feminine, and this is designed specifically for you to really fully reclaim your power as a completely fulfilled, surrendered, at peace, harmonized, divine, feminine, spiritual being. And the effect of this, of breaking down all of that negative programming that we pick up as divine feminines living this human experience, this really has the effect of tapping you back into your true power and potential, which, just like that diamond in the basement we spoke about earlier, has always been within you, has always been planted in your soul and your hearts. But this process of being human is so much about simply remembering the value that is within us. And so this subliminal is really going to help you reprogram some of those limiting beliefs that have been preventing you from fully accessing that power, which for the fully embodied divine feminine, our true power is about effortless manifestation, about moving with the flow of ourselves, our life, and our intuition. So this Awakened Divine Feminine Subliminal comes from my website, soundandsoulful.com. As you can see on the screen, on this website, I have over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So I have subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts, for material manifestations, for love and relationships, and for twin flames as well if you are on a conscious twin flame path. So the link to this awakened divine feminine subliminal is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. You can try out any subliminal I've created completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website. And again, all of that information is below. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next video.